Good morning. Relatively late start. Not relatively, very late start today. It's still morning though, right? Yeah, it's still morning. It's not even 11. So one of the reasons that I'm getting a late start to the day is because I had a real estate closing that I needed to attend this morning at 9 o'clock. I didn't sleep last night very much because I hate these things. It's one of the worst things that you can attend as a human being is a real estate closing. Usually, most people, they attend one or two closings in their lives when they buy a house and when they sell a house. That is where you sign the paperwork for the house, sign the deed for the house, and it becomes yours. That is the official changing. That's when things change from somebody else's to yours. They do it at a closing. It's usually at a title company, a title agency. I don't know what the hell they're called, but me as a real estate investor, I guess is my legal term. I have to attend a lot of these things, and each one is equally as painful. Sometimes they're fun in a way that, like, meeting your elementary school principal for lunch would be fun. And then other times it's like not fun at all. It's very boring. There's a lot of paperwork that needs to be signed. If there's more than you and then one other party there, everyone is just talking over each other like crazy. And it's a big problem. It's like adults that should know better, doing stuff that they know they shouldn't be doing. Asking questions they know they shouldn't be asking. And today was no exception. It went down as my biggest. It goes down as a nightmare scenario for me. I mean, I really do think there couldn't have been a worse situation for me to be in. I'm telling you right now, this closing was an absolute nightmare. First of all, it started at 9 o'clock, and we had to drive across town for it. My dad and I. My dad, for some reason, wanted to be named as a buyer on the house. So break from the norm. I don't care. Let him do what he wants to do. He's old and senile. Secondly, that means I have to be up by like 7 o'clock to take a shower and stuff and be presentable. But you know what happened to me? I was up at 4:30 because my brain does not like these closings. I don't like to be around strangers in a small room and pretend like I give a shit about what they're saying, because I don't. To be honest, I don't. But today, it was fine. My dad and I, we arrive at the place. We find the room we're supposed to be in, and oh, bless you. We find the room, we're escorted to the room we're supposed to be in. And immediately when we walk in the door, I hear two loud voices. Let me remind you, this is 9 o'clock in the morning. I hear two loud voices talking back and forth to each other as if there was loud music and they needed to speak over top of each other. And these two people would also have shared a few drinks before getting there. You know what I mean? Like, what, babes? Come on. You can come up here. There is no drinking at a closing. I mean, I don't think they care if you are drunk at the closing or not. You're just there to sign some fucking paperwork and get your life over. Get your life on with. Get on with your life. How about that? Get on with your life. So I hear these two voices extremely loud, like I said, as if they had been drinking and listening to very loud music. That's how loud they were. And I'm like, damn, what the hell's going on in that office? What are they? What do they do? What's going on in that conference room? And sure as you wouldn't you know, that's the conference room we're supposed to be in. So we go in, and there's two older women, both in their 60s, I would imagine. Maybe one was in her 50s, maybe late 40s. I don't know. I tend not to pay attention to people I don't know, and I really don't care about their age. So I let's just say she's an older woman. She's not young. Okay. One of them has the most wild eyes I've ever seen in my life. I immediately was brought back to Roger Rabbit when the detective, I forget his name, Eddie Valiant, is walking in to try to find Jessica Rabbit, and he sees this sexy silhouette. Right? And he's like, oh, that's Jessica Rabbit, because Jessica Rabbit's like super hot. And she her red hair is over her face, all you can see is her eyes, right? And then the hair goes back, and it's this wild-eyed lady. It's a man. Okay? That's what this lady looked like. She looked like she had money, or her husband had money. Somebody has money, her or her husband, or both had money. So she's dressed nicely. Her skin is the kind of leather that you would find on a very high-end bag meant to look distressed. Okay? So let me paint this picture for you. This is her name is Lena Hyena. Google it. Google Lena Hyena. I've also used Lena Hyena as the thumbnail today, and Eddie Valiant to, convey my awkwardness. There were no kisses on the cheeks, but it still felt equally as cringe. Because from the moment I started it, we set foot in there, I knew I was in the presence of pure crazy. Pure fucking crazy. And I know people get mad when you use the word crazy, but I can't think of a better word to describe what I witnessed. It was all out unprofessionalism and just pure crazy. Here's what I want you to imagine. I want you to imagine Jessica Rabbit, the ugly Jessica Rabbit, the Lena Hyena character, and I want you to and I want you Lena Hyena character and Pepe the Frog. All right? That's who these two women are. But I also in the older. So they've got some, Lena Hyena and Pepe the Frog. But hold on a second. I want you to picture Lena Hyena and Pepe the Frog in your mind, but I want you to think of them as college girls that just turned 21. Very, very excited to be just about anywhere other than the dorm. These women at 9 a.m. probably drank 30 pots of coffee between the two of them. Maybe snorted a few lines of Adderall. If I could say the best description of the demeanor, I would say coherent crystal meth. Coherent crystal meth is probably a really good descriptor. So we sit down, and Lena Hyena already starts in, oh, well, would you look at this? And I'm just kind of like, here we go. You know what? I've got some audio to play for you. Right now, I took video in there, but for audio purposes only, I don't want to share any. I'm not going to share any video. I just want you to hear the situation that I was in, so you can get an understanding about the energy level that was there. Okay?
Because my buddy's got a giant warehouse.
That's my dad
selling.
talking.
And he asked me about it. I said, "Oh, there's not much parking there. That's the big
Right.
thing."
Oh, that,
Yeah.
That's
because
That's
everyone
one on
comes
Bellevue,
alone.
you know?
Lena
Yeah,
Heidi.
because everybody's a
No
single
one is
player.
coming
Yeah.
with anybody, so you're right.
they're talking about pickleball.
Like I am.
That was it. I was like, shoot.
Oh, I just can't believe he's doing that. Why aren't I doing that?
I don't know. Let's do it.
Yeah, look at that. Do it. I mean, it's just brilliant. It is just brilliant. But
Cocaine does this to you, where business ideas are just flying out of your mouth, and you're like, "Oh, what I should do is make a pickleball gym. What I should do is make a pickleball gym." And the other girl's like, "Yeah, oh, let's do it." And you're like, "Dude, it's 9 a.m. No drinks have been shared. You might have done Adderall and cocaine, but at the same time."
here's the problem. So it's mostly old people, all right? Like I'm 61 and I'm.
She kicking ass for 60.
Oh my God, I'm lying.
So I'm like, she is so pretty.
I don't know if you can make that out, but she said, "I don't know if you can tell, but I'm 61. And the realtor says, "Isn't she kicking ass for 61? I'm like, "She's so pretty." And I'm like, who? Who's pretty? I know this is mean, but it's just, it's the energy level plus what was being said. So no. No, isn't she pretty? No. Unprofessionalism from the get, right? Like, we're here to sign paperwork and transfer the deed and all that. Let me continue.
So the problem is as soon as they hit a certain age, every place that they go play pickleball is free because of silver sneakers.
Yeah, that's great.
And that's me chiming in, correcting her. Silver sneakers. Yep, silver sneakers. And then she says, which is the most brain dead thing I've ever heard.
But I think
Free
that
for
you're
the person, but how does the owner get paid?
this is the thing. There's got to be a back end to why
Yeah.
it would be worth the while for anyone to open any pickleball.
There is.
Just like,
If you didn't make that out, she says, here's the thing. There's got to be a back end. How do people get paid for the silver sneakers? There's got to be. And I'm like, 2 + 2 is 4. It doesn't take much to reverse engineer the idea of silver sneakers and why it might be. Okay. So that's good. Now let me continue. And before you make your judgment, you're pointing, you're telling yourself right now, why is this dude ripping apart these two women? Oh, it isn't just the two women. Okay? Because my fucking father's there. And I don't know if you know, but my dad may be the cringiest motherfucker on the planet. If there's a wrong thing to say to somebody in public, that man says it. We were at I've been at restaurants sometimes, and my dad will say, nice restaurants, right? Nice restaurants. And my dad will say something like this. Like calling over the waitress. Excuse me, can you tell me why your potato is so shitty? I'm not joking. That has happened. It happened, and the waitress remembered it. So every time she gives him his potato when they go to this restaurant, because they're regulars, she goes, here's your shitty potato, and here's your shitty potato. Like, my dad is the cringiest fucking guy on the planet. So it doesn't just stop there. But I do chime in and I say, yes, there is financing a back end for silver sneakers. And I explained to her the back end of silver sneakers, which Google. All right. There's more. I just lost my place. Hold on. There's a part 2 to this. Okay.
He used to go in and.
This is
clean
my
up
dad.
places.
Disaster cleanup?
No, he was what do I think? Management.
So they're trying to explain. My dad is trying to explain the situation of I don't really know because I'm like in my head at this point and I'm begging. I'm inside my head like I want out of this situation. These girls are so invasive in the way that they speak. It hurts my soul. Okay? Like such a calm person when in public. Like the least amount of words is the best. And these women are just like throwing words on top of each other that make no sense. This is how it started. This isn't the first 5 minutes. I had to get it recorded. Here's my dad again.
Hello. He would go.
Oh, the realtor enters the room.
He'd go and take care of property management is what he is into. And he said, man, this is just too hard to keep under. So he made the program. Well, people bought it for $10 million. He had him and a partner, so he sold him the program. And then he still kept on working there. So yeah, so he had $5 million. So he started investing.
Okay,
And,
so just wait.
you know Matt, Johnny's buddy Matt? Did you ever meet him?
Just put it in a box.
One thing I should tell you is my dad does not fuck with people. Like I do not fuck with people that are not ready to well, no, I shouldn't say that. It's not that my dad doesn't fuck with people. The circle that we have it tends to have a lot of like entrepreneurial people, people that are trying to make their own way in the world. So my dad saying $10 million, sold it for $10 million or whatever. He doesn't actually know that that's what it sold for. He just hears that's what it's been sold for. So don't think that that's anywhere near the type of money that I'm in association with. There's just a lot of people like that in the circle. And people that make that kind of money tend to bullshit a lot.
Everything is so exciting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like hearing success stories.
No,
Yeah.
you hear it, you can tell they got it in them. They're
Yeah.
all of, it just sounds like.
Entrepreneurs.
Yes, and you're gonna hit it.
She's making the remark that you can tell by looking at us and by where we're talking. We are going to do big things, and we're on the verge of hitting it big just by the way that we're talking and stuff. I've had very few words being said. It's just
Oh, it's hot, and that's exactly.
okay. Here's the kicker.
Super smart. I'm winding down. I'm like, whoa, wow.
Yeah.
And then I just started buying in 1997. So. It's been a long time. Do I what?
Do you go fishing? Do you like to fish?
Oh yes.
So this is important. This is how unhinged the whole situation is. We went from, you probably didn't make it out. I'm sure you didn't make it out. Let me play it for you again. Let me rewind it a little bit for you again. So we're talking about success stories and how she's talking about success stories and how she thinks that by looking at it, we're going to make it big or something, right? I'll play it back for you. And I want you to listen very closely to what the other voice says. This is her realtor saying this in mid idea. Okay. It's hard to make out. So I'll play it. I'll translate.
I just started buying in 1997.
She started buying in 1997.
Do I what?
Do you go fishing? Do you like to fish?
Oh.
Cuts her off. She said, I started buying in 1997. The realtor says, do you fish for perch? And she goes, do I what? And she goes, do you go fishing? Do you like to fish? Okay. I'll continue. I'll rewind it a little bit so you can hear.
Yeah. And then I just started buying in 1997. So.
Do you fish for perch?
Do I what?
Do you go fishing? Do you like to fish?
Oh yes, I like to.
You need to
fish.
go fishing with me.
You mean like like
On the boat,
fish?
yeah.
Can you,
And like hurt a
you
fish.
mean like
That's my dad at the end. That's my dad just not being able to contain his laughter anymore because he's like, what the fuck just happened? Because she said, do you like to fish? Out of nowhere, like a fucking pure coke addict on a Saturday night after a few drinks and a couple lines. She breaks into the middle of that woman's story and says, do you fish for perch? Do I what? Do you like to fish? And my dad and I are looked at each other and my dad just starts busting out laughing. Doesn't give a fuck. Okay? Hold on a second. He's trying to meet their energy level also, which is really fun, really funny for me to experience. My dad trying to meet their energy level, of like, if there is a level of 1 to 100, these women are on 6,521. You know what I mean? And my dad's like max energy level is probably like 72. You know what I mean? My max energy level is like right now, I'm at like a 57. That's like in terms of like hype and stuff like that I get. I just don't get that excited about things. Getting too far off. Let me go back. And I hate that. Excuse me. I hate that. I'm gonna have to go through this real quick again.
How do they live?
Do you actually touch them?
Okay, right here.
Yeah.
And then I started buying in 1997, so.
Right?
Do you go fishing, Rich?
Do I what?
Do you go fishing? Do you like to fish?
Oh, yes, I like
You
to.
need to go fishing with me.
You need to go
You mean like actually like
On my boat, yeah.
Can you,
and like bird of
you mean like
How do
actually,
they live?
do you actually
Do
touch
they-
them?
I mean,
Okay, you obviously don't fish.
I know, I did until I knew better, and then now when I see it, I'm just like, the little hook and the little mouth, and then they're like, oh.
The energy level. Oh, hey, what's up, Casey? No worries, dude. I'm just going over. I'm just going over this closing that I was in today with these people that were. I don't even know how to explain it. I really don't. But I did get audio, just so people would know how unhinged the entire process was. And this lady was just derailed from telling her like story about how she started buying houses in 1997 by a woman that just like her realtor just stops her mid sentence and is like, "Do you fish for perch?" And we're all kind of like, "Wait, what did she say?" And then she was like, I don't know. I don't want to go over the whole thing. It's the most insane thing I've ever witnessed.
That'll work if I took you out. I'd be doing all your baiting and
Yeah, and
taking off.
like, we have to check and get them cleared, get them a big pencil, like, put them back, send them to the hospital. No, I'm not.
No, you're not going.
My husband right now is raising chickens, I can't go near it. Cause one
You don't wanna
year,
get his
I went
hands
there, no, one year, they were all pecking one, and he broke his leg, and I got a popsicle stick trying to.
Now, if this was like a doctor's office waiting room or literally anywhere else but a closing, this would be acceptable conversation. But we're here to sign deeds for a paperwork, sign deeds for a house. We're here to exchange money for a house. This is the most unprofessional place to be talking about this, but it is, it's fine, because some people, they bring a little bit of their personality everywhere they go. So you can't just kind of like exclude them, right? Completely. But this is wild.
It was awful, I told my husband.
She went from telling her story about how she bought houses in 1997 to the realtor saying, "Do you fish for perch?" And she's like, "Do you what?" And now they're talking about broken legs on chickens. It's insane.
You wanna raise them? I cannot be part of it. He goes, I get it. He goes, I
It's
get
a
it.
fish we caught, yes, a couple days ago.
Oh, look at them, they're beautiful.
Now the realtor has busted open her Samsung Fold phone, which is the most cringe phone. It looks cool. Like when MKBHD does a review, it looks cool. But in person, dude, that thing is this thick. It's this thick. And then it folds out to be two phones this thin. And the screen is obnoxiously large. It's this big. So she opens up this thing and she shows it to the girl. "Look at these fish that I just caught." After she once again derails the conversation from the chickens to now look at the fish I caught. And the lady's like, yeah, it's a foldable iPad 100% with another screen on top. So there's 3 total screens. One screen like this, one screen like this. And then you fold it open and then there's the 2 screens, but they're actually one big screen. It's the biggest, it's humongous. It's terrible. So she pulls it out and then this happens.
What'd you catch?
Look,
Wait, perch?
yes, is this in a frame?
Nice.
Oh, it's your phone.
The lady said, "Is this in a frame?" And I'm looking at everybody and I'm like, why in the fuck would she have brought a frame to a real estate closing. Like, I'm looking around like no one is seeing this, huh? My dad doesn't know because he's a boomer. He's like the oldest boomer. I'm surprised my dad even has a phone. So she says, the lady again derails from the conversation about the chickens, talks about the fish. Here, I'll play it back a little bit. She says, "Oh, look at them. They're so pretty." Like as if the lady was showing her pictures of her babies or her little kittens or the puppies. That's how she was talking to her.
In a frame?
Nice.
Oh, it's your phone.
Oh, it's your phone.
Like, one with the frame, like, here, this is on my dining table.
That is a great phone.
Oh, they're amazing. I mean,
She's the only one I know that's ever gotten
like,
my family talked me
your
through iPhone.
emails,
I hate it.
look how big they are.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Now the realtor is talking about her phone. So within the span of how long? 2 minutes and 21 seconds, we went from, you guys look like you could be, just from hearing you talk, like you could be very successful. I can tell in your voice that you're going to be successful. I can tell by the way you speak, by the way you carry yourself, you're going to be successful. You're going to hit it big, or whatever the case she said. To, I'm trying to wind down. I started buying houses in 1997. To the girl asking her client if she goes fishing, then from the fishing to the chickens, then back to the fish, then showing the pictures of the fish. Now we're on the phone. That is 2 minutes and 21 seconds. So that's it on the video, because I just couldn't. There's no way. I didn't know that if my phone could actually encompass this energy that was going on in there. Then the closing agent comes in, and wouldn't you know, he's a professional football player. He used to play for the Indianapolis Colts. My dad recognizes him immediately. Now, my dad is really strange when it comes to football. He is a complete fangirl. The way I know skateboarders, no, I take that back. The way some people know Pokemon statistics, my dad knows football players, but not just the statistics that not just their stats, but their entire family. He knows everything about them. And here I am, sitting in front of a ex-professional football player, younger than me. The boy is still fit as a motherfucking fiddle. And my dad fangirls right in front of his face. If my dad was a college woman, he would have took his shirt off. That's how much fangirling my dad was doing with this guy. This guy is trying to explain to us. He says, here's what you need to sign here. I'm going to pass this over. And my dad takes over and says, did you guys know that he's a professional football player? And the women, their ears, their eyes, everything was like, what? He looks like a movie star. All of a sudden, this guy that was completely invisible is become like the center of attention. And I am dying inside. My whole body insides are shriveling like a raisin. You know, like if you were to put a time lapse of a dehydrator taking a grape, that was me walking in a grape, and then the grape slowly shriveling in to a raisin, you know, a third of the size of its original size. Like that's me inside. I want to crawl inside myself and die. Well, it gets worse, because now my dad tells the guy everything he knows about him. Oh, I know your dad. I know your dad owns this company. Where's your dad at now? Is your dad here? Is your dad at the other location? I never see him when we go to the other location. And when he says, and like with a pause and a look like, what do you mean? No, my dad works downtown. No. My dad's like super old now. He works downtown. Okay, I'll fast food. My dad is continuing to grill this guy and tell these women about this guy's accolades and stuff like that, what he's done on the field and what schools he went to and stuff like that. While this poor man, is trying to hand us paperwork to sign. The whole thing is uncomfortable. I turn to my realtor and I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And I'm thinking to myself, I want to crawl under the table right now. And I'm looking at the realtor and she's not smiling back at me. She's not laughing at my jokes. And I'm just kind of like, I say, like, it is creepy that my dad knows this much about this guy. I'm uncomfortable. And she looks at me like this. This is my realtor. So the whole day, I felt like on an acid trip, right? This crazy amount of energy coming from these two ladies. My dad fangirling and basically wanting to give this guy a BJ. My realtor that I've known since I was in second grade, I turn to her and I look at her for like acknowledgement. This is a crazy situation. And she doesn't acknowledge that this is a crazy situation. And here's the kicker. Here's the crescendo. The ladies are so excited. Yeah, I felt like I was dreaming 100%. I felt like this was crazy. The man leaves the room and then the women perk up and they say something like, we should get a picture. And I said, you guys should definitely get a picture. Cause I'm egging it on. Like, you should definitely get a picture. I said, and my dad should be in the picture because he's so obsessed with this guy. I said, it's a little weird that my dad is obsessed with this guy this much. And they start laughing. In the middle of the laughter, I'm not joking. I'm going to pull this away from my face because this is how it went. What's that? The Lena Hyena character, she points to a window. She points to a window that is above about 9 to 10 feet high, looking out. And she goes, like in the middle of her laugh, what's that? And I'm like, turn around and I look and it's a window. And clearly that's where you walk into the lobby. It's a window to the lobby. The realtor said, oh, I think it's a window to the lobby. And I'm like, you know it's a window to the lobby. Do you know how you know it's a window to the lobby? Because you walked past that when you walked in. You walked right past that. This wall that window's on, you walked past it. And then you took a left. So you know that's what that is. And then it goes to, we should all get a picture. And I stand up and I was like, no, she says, we should take a picture. We should all be in. I said, not all of us. And she goes, well, yes, you too. And I said, no, not me too. The last thing I want is me to be on somebody else's Facebook. Basically Jaying this guy's D because he played football at some point in time. The man is just trying to do his job to get us to sign some paperwork. I'm there just to sign the paperwork. I woke up at fucking 4:30 in the morning, dead ass tired, couldn't sleep, just to do all this. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do what you do, at least not this day. No, I'm telling you, it's the most painful thing that I have to do in my job. It's the worst. The one time Me Too was not appropriate. Exactly. So, and here's where the closing is ending. All the paperwork has been signed. The poor guy comes back in after making copies for everybody. And she says, do you mind if we get a picture with you? And he's like this, because, most realtors, when they sell a house, they take a picture with their client, like, congratulations, you sold the house. Well, we're buying a house from an investor, and we are investors, so we've done this a million times. I don't know who it was. It was a dude that played on the Indianapolis Colts, who also played for. Here's what I know, from the situation my dad explained to me. What I happened to like absorb. He was an Indianapolis Colts player. He used to play for Ohio State. He was on the line, but he wasn't he's a very, very tall dude. He looks like he could break me in half, but he's not huge. Yeah, what I didn't delete from my memory, right. He's from Toledo, and he injured his knee, and it was like a career-ending injury. Bro, I think my dad knows everybody on that has ever played football ever. Like my dad, like it wasn't like what you would think a lineman, like a big dude, like husky guy, not husky, yeah, like a husky, like big guy. He was very fit. So he looked to me like he could have been like I don't even really know football positions that well, but like on the outsides, not so much in the middle. You know what I mean? You know how like linemen are really big and then they slowly start to get thinner and thinner as it like goes to the outsides. So he was one of those, I think. So he comes in and she's like, "Can I get a picture? You think we could get a picture with you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can take the picture." And she's like, no, we want the picture with you. And I say, "Oh, I looked at my phone. Yeah, like a tight end. Yeah." I don't know, dude. I have no idea about football, so I don't. But it is kind of like that. Like the center is the biggest dude, and then as they get further out towards the ends, they get a little thinner. She says, you know, can we get a picture? He says, I'll take the picture if you want. And she's like, no, we want a picture with you. So I am in, you know, she's like, and we want one all together. And I said, I gotta go. And he starts laughing and looking at me like, bro, I'm with you. And I pick up my phone. I start beelining for the conference room door, running like in a fucking fast. There's maybe 3 steps for me to take, but I took those 3 steps as if I was like playing The Floor is Lava. And I had 3 steps to get out of this area. This exactly. What is this? A family reunion? For sure. So she's like, we want you in the picture. And then they get up with the same speed that I'm like running for the door, like gigantic steps towards the door. I got my phone in my hand. She turns around like this to take a selfie. I duck down and she backs up into me, right? Bumps into me. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. This is very important. I have to take this." And I just dip outside. Now I dip outside. They're laughing. I can hear them outside even. And I hide around a pillar because I want that when they come outside, I don't want them to see me. I want them to think that I completely vanished from thin air. I don't want them to like take much time to look, but I'm behind a pillar. I'm not joking. I walked out of that thing. The lady said, "Have a good day." I didn't even say shit. I walked out that door. I hid right behind the pillar like this. Yeah, usually I do admit defeat, but it's usually only with loved ones. But these people are complete strangers. I've never met these women before, so there was no defeat today. I was not gonna let them put me in somebody else's Facebook picture looking all stupid as shit because this guy was a professional football player. There's not a chance, you know. So that was my nightmare scenario of a closing. And what's funny is that like I had just posted on Facebook before leaving that being in a closing, a real estate closing is having a colonoscopy is more comfortable than being in a real estate closing, because the jokes that come out of people's mouth in a real estate closing, the stuff people tell you, the questions that are asked, the you know what you're here for. Oh my God. Just absolute horror today. We get in the car and I tell my dad, "Dude, that was a terrible scenario." And he said, "Those are just 2 women enjoying life." And I agreed with them. They were probably just enjoying life, but they're just not my people. Yeah, it was this morning. I this all happened before 9:41. I looked at the clock when my dad started the car, and I was like, I can't believe it's only 9:41 because this is the craziest day of my life so far. I don't know what else to add to it. The part that really got me was when the lady was telling the story about her life, and she just her realtor derailed her and said mid-sentence, "Do you go fishing for perch?" Oh, I'm gonna have to play that again because it's wild. There it is.
Yeah.
I started buying in 1997, so. It's
Do you
been a
go
long
fishing,
time.
Rich?
Do I what?
Do you go fishing? Do you like to fish?
Oh, yes, I like
You
to.
need to go fishing with me.
You mean like actually like
On my
hunt
boat,
fish?
yeah.
Can you,
And like,
And my dad lost it. What's my shirt? It's a Taylor Swift shirt. It's a Taylor Swift shirt. You know what's funny? I thought it looked cool. I like that kind of graphic on it, and I told my wife, I was like, I'm just gonna buy it. I'm not even really a Taylor Swift fan. You know what? I'm not a Taylor Swift music fan, but Taylor Swift as a person, and I'm gonna do a fucking full on video essay on Taylor Swift's marketing. I think low key, she might be one of the best marketing minds, or her team, whoever, one of the best marketing minds of all time. The way that she is able to translate record sales, selling records in a time records like in vinyl. Yeah, she's super nice to her fans. She's cool as shit to regular people. I think she probably hates the fame, but the way that she's been able to sell vinyl records in crazy amounts and how she figured it out, I don't want to give it away before I do this video essay, is absolutely bananas. I love everything that she's done. I'm like I said, as far as her artwork, her craft, I don't know. I'm not the target market, but her as a person, as a mind, I think she's dope. Okay, maybe she's nice and hates the paparazzi. She's interesting, and I don't follow her music at all. She's crazy interesting, dude. Anytime any kind of news comes my way about Taylor Swift, I always kind of perk my ears up, because it's not that I'm expecting a scandal, but I'm expecting a scandal. There's no way that this person could be this kind-hearted and this good, truly be a good person, not have a few skeletons. But from what I hear, man, she's like a legit. I don't know if she hates the paparazzi. I know she probably. I mean, like anybody, once you reach a certain level of fame, I imagine it's probably it gets crazy hard. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do a video essay on Taylor Swift's marketing and Taylor Swift and her marketing. I think it'll be interesting. It's a topic I like to just talk about a lot more. Is how genius people's marketing can be sometimes. Outside of the box marketing that usually shouldn't work, but it does work. So there's that. I don't know what else I can even cover today. There's not really much in the news, I don't think. Oh, Rupert Murdoch steps down at Fox News. What the hell? When did that happen today? That's kind of big news. I wonder what the deal is. Is he retiring or? Dude, I hate the way people talk about stuff. Tulsi Gabbard goes full nut job on Joe Rogan. Beyond savage. I don't know what that's about. I mean, I actually liked Tulsi Gabbard back in, like, as a candidate back in the day, but maybe she's lost it. I don't know. Maybe that's just the headline to get me to click. I'm not clicking. I'm not falling for it. The Senate dress code shit is still going on. That cannot be a thing. Hunter Biden, Trump investigation. I don't even know. I don't care about any of that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to match that level of, like, energy. Tell that same story. Let me see what else. What do I have in my watch later? Is Starbucks a scam? Xbox is worse than I thought. That's a Mutahar video. That should be okay, but that's a long one, 18 minutes. Temu. Users beware, YouTube's largest advertiser. That's by Upper Echelon, and he makes absolute fire content 9 days ago. I think I should probably wait for that one. Oh, Casey, here's one for you. Cyberpunk has a new update, official update 2.0, hack and slash Netrunner build. I don't know what that means, but I have been really thinking about buying Cyberpunk. I've seen some updates lately that look incredible. Let me switch back over. Oh, that's not even, again, why does it do that? Hold on a second. Let's put me back on. Good. What the hell? Yes. All right. Man, I hate OBS sucks for this sometimes. No. There we go. Let's see. Turn this down a little bit. All right, let's check out this Cyberpunk thing. This looks, I saw this earlier, a couple days ago, and wanted to check it out.
Hi, I'm Yulia Primak, a gameplay designer at CD Projekt Red, and I love playing as hack and slash Netrunner. The best part of being a Netrunner is, of course, the hacking, and now it's more powerful than ever. With the new Quick Hack Q, you can stack up to 4 hacks on a single enemy and play around with some devastating combos like Contagion and Overhit.
I heard
It's pretty deadly.
that this is
With
a
Overclock, you
completely
can gain
different
an
game now.
extra edge by sacrificing your
So
health
here's
to
the
cast
thing,
hacks
like,
with almost no lead.
there was so much bullshit around, like, this whole release. There was so much bullshit around this release and all, like, the bugs that they were talking about and stuff that I that's all I paid attention to. I didn't even really. You know, here's the thing. I don't know. I'm just realizing this now. I didn't realize that there were so many elements to this game. Might be something I pick up soon. Starfield is getting boring on me.
With Update 2.0, Netrunners can even take over cars, transforming vehicles into ticking time bombs.
Yeah, right. Are you serious?
Once you're up close, it's time to whip out the Monowire. With the Relic skill tree
Well, the
from
combat
Quantum
looks
Liberty,
way
you
better.
can power it up even more. Now Netrunners can combine physical damage and upload control hacks onto enemies. I can't wait for everyone to try it out.
That's kind of cool. So this Phantom Liberty thing, is that a DLC? Am I gonna get flagged for IGN stuff? I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know
let's
what the
stop
hell
it.
who's flagging me these days. I don't care about Idris Elba's comments. I want to know. Let's see what the comments down here are. Monowire is getting some love. Favorite arm upgrade. Looks absolutely cracked. Can't wait for this update. Show us the hand-to-hand. So you can have different builds. Like I played part Netrunner. I think I would go up to a building and just mentally corrupt the enemies without having to engage. Yeah, that could be it. That could be it. I have seen a lot of like Die Hard. Yeah, it seems like that's. I haven't really seen any negative comments about Cyberpunk. Holy shit. This dude says this is why I have over 1,000+ hours in Cyberpunk 2077. Whoa. You can build a few different ways. I forget them now. It's kind of diverse. Okay, so I definitely love games like this where you can like customize your build and play style. I love that. Like you can do that in Starfield a little bit, but just not to the degree that I would expected. I'm looking at Cyberpunk now as like something that I may really, really, really like. Can I watch GameSpot stuff without getting flagged?
Is it time to return to Cyberpunk 2077? The short and sweet answer is yes, but in case you wanted to know exactly why, here are the biggest changes in 2.0. The skills have been over
1,000. Yeah, it might be the. I might be there at this point if I keep playing. I did love that game because of the themes. Yeah, I really do like the art style. I like the direction that they went in. I think it's true, like true cyberpunk. Yeah, I love how it's like dirty and glitzy at the same time.
overhauled. Each tree has been reorganized so that as you level up your attributes, you'll open up new sections of that specific skill tree. You can then use perk points to unlock skills. The skills themselves have also been redone. In 2.0, you'll find a ton of new perks and skills that can dramatically alter your playstyle. Originally, most skills were limited to passive percentage-based buffs, but now each skill tree is packed with new abilities that impact gameplay on a deeper level. We won't go over all of them, but here are some.
I'm almost don't want to spoil it. This is a definite. I'm definitely gonna give this a shot because I really did want to buy it in the beginning. I think I had it pre-ordered and then I canceled my pre-order after like initial reviews came out. But you know what's really shitty? I watched some State of Play, like Nintendo. What's it called? What's Nintendo's version of State of Play? Is it just State of Play? It's not. Nintendo Direct. I watched a little bit of this Nintendo Direct, and Nintendo is about to have a garbage year because there was some lagging inside of the trailers of these things during Nintendo Direct, and I was like, I'm not sure. Like, they still haven't announced the Switch 2 yet. It's a little... Nintendo's about to have a frightening 2024. But I know there's Mario heads out there that just... Anything Mario, they gobble up. There was some Pokemon, maybe. Like a DLC for Splatoon. But it was really concerning seeing like some of the lag that was inside of the trailer. Let me see if I can. Oh, it was during Contra. So they're re-releasing Contra on like a better look. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it?
You can access the DLC even
Oh, that's stupid. I should just go to
battle
chapters.
friends locally or online. Or create and share your own cutscene.
Contra.
Run and gun in this reimagining of the beloved NES classic, Contra.
This looks
Blast
crazy.
through explosive
This will be a
stages
game I
with
buy
a
for sure.
devastating arsenal of weapons to crush the Red Falcon forces. Spring into action with easy
Vehicles.
pick-up and play controls and a variety of
Kinda
difficulty
cool.
options.
It's super linear, but
This
I kind of like
reimagining
it.
from Konami and Way Forward
It's a
features
different-
new weapons, enemies,
It's been a while since I played
powerful
Contra.
super attacks,
What if they still had the code, the
and
Konami
a
code in it?
four-player co-op mode.
There it is.
Contra,
There's the lag.
Operation Galuga,
There's the lag.
Storm
I mean,
features new weapons, enemies,
watch this
powerful super attacks,
right here.
and a four-player co-op mode.
Lag.
Contra, Operation Galuga storms
Yeah.
onto the Nintendo Switch
That would be
system
cool.
early next year.
It's fun to play. Contra's always like no matter what, dude. I think Contra's one of the best games of all time. Just in terms of like sheer fun and like challenge. It's super good.
Liberate your kingdom.
Then they're like re-releasing a bunch of stuff. Paper Mario. I don't know how I feel about Paper Mario. Mario RPG. There's like an update to Among Us that has like new maps. Not sure how I feel about that. Paper Mario. What else is there? Oh, Super Mario RPG. Detective Pikachu. Don't care, man. Pokemon is like... The Pokemon games are not what I'm interested in these days. Let's see. I mean, I guess we could watch this. Oh, you know what I just realized? My God, I'm a terrible husband. I just realized that my wife is getting biopsies today. And I told her that I would take her to the appointment. And then she left. She poked her head in and waved to me while I was telling the story, and I nodded, and I told her I would take her. So she must have just decided to go by herself. We were gonna go to lunch after she was done. It makes me feel bad. What else to update to yesterday? I finally got a washer and dryer. The two guys that came to deliver it, they were awesome. The dude walked in the house and was like, stopped, and he was like, "Dude, your house is awesome." And I was like, "Thank you." And he goes, I love the layout." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And he goes, "What do you do for a living?" And I explained to him, and he was like, "Oh man, it makes sense." He's like, "I love it in here. It's very cool." Like, I was, "Thanks, dude." And he was like, very personable dude. and then his partner, which I guess they've known each other since elementary school, they decided to make their own business of moving, being movers, not movers, delivering appliances. I thought that was cool as shit. Oh my God, I'm not even on the screen, and this whole thing, what did I do? Man, I'm showing Contra and shit, and what a disaster. Oh well. I'm not going back. That was cool. And then the big guy that was with him, he was such a sweetheart. He was they had to take the outside door off to get the washer and dryer in the house. And I said that I was worried about my cats because they're all elderly and none of them have spent like a moment outside. Yeah, dude, I'm so sorry. I can't believe that I've fucked it up that bad. I should have just. I can't believe that I missed that. I didn't even pay any attention. I'm not even on the screen. Absolute disaster. No, I definitely did not do that on purpose. It's nothing special at all. It's like we live in a small house. It's a 3-bedroom house. We changed one bedroom into this. Yeah, the washer and dryer is cool as shit. It's very techy. We have a lot of tech stuff in the house. This room that you see is the downstairs bedroom, and then we have 2 bedrooms upstairs. I mean, it's not like anything spectacular or nice or anything. It's a small house. We try to live within our means or below our means. Honestly, I think that's the way you keep your money. I don't know. We don't. It's just the 2 of us, and we got 3 cats. It's just best to stay in a smaller, more condensed thing. I think if anything, if we were to move, I'd want bigger rooms. Just bigger rooms. But I like to be cozy. So I like this room that it's like small. And like, I like that it's small. It makes me feel like creative and stuff in here. But I also want that creativity and stuff reflected in my living space, spaces too. It's not like super nice. It's not like super nice. It's a small house, but no, we're happy with it. We're comfortable here and we like it here. We were just talking to my dad about it today. I said, I don't think we're going to be moving for a while. That's why we decided to get new appliances. Anything to make our lives easier. The neighborhood's great. We like the neighbors. Everything's cool. It's quiet. No problems so far. Knock on wood, which I do not have any of around here. Everything is yeah. So I don't know. The washer and dryer was installed. The one guy, the big guy, I was worried about my cats getting out, and because I had to help them because the washer and dryer was so big. So I had to help him, and he's up at the top of the steps. I'm down at the bottom of the steps, down in the basement, and he says, he starts talking to one of the cats, and I said, "Oh, what color?" And he goes, "Oh, she's white," and excuse me. No, he said she's got brown, gold, some kind of stuff. And I said, "Oh, that's the old one. She can't see." I thought he was talking about this one, but he was talking about, she's not in here. He's talking about the other one that's like super curious. And the way he was talking to her, it was very cool. I felt really comfortable with those dudes in the house. The one thing that I'm really starting to realize is that there are more people that are just cool ass people, man. People that I always thought like, man, I can never have like people in my house. I don't want them to think a certain thing about me. And when I do just kind of let the guard down or let my guard down, let my walls down, it seems to be like a great way to meet people. I don't know. That's going nowhere. But I had to run around to Home Depot to get all these hoses and stuff. It was a crazy day. It didn't seem like I had to cut grasses. I was bored with cutting grasses. Told my dad's neighbor that I was not going to be cutting grasses next year. He asked me why, and like I said, yeah, I think this is going to be the last year for me to cut grasses. And he says it like, why? Like that. Why? And I said, it's just getting to be a little too much. I have to take 2 days out of the week just to get everybody's grass cut. And I need to start doing some things for myself and opening my life up a little bit, and just having to be someplace, on other people's time it's a lot. And it is a lot, especially right now for me. I can't. I really need to focus on progressing my goals forward and my ideas forward. So I need as much time as I can get to push those things forward. I want to make sure I'm maximizing making the most use out of my time as I possibly can. And I don't cut the grass to make money, but they do pay me. And it's nothing. It's like $75 a week out of all of the grasses, all of the lawns that get cut. It's the total of $75 a week. So it's nothing, but I do it because they need help doing it. And I'm starting to realize, like, by me doing that, it kind of hinders me progressing my stuff forward when I have to kind of like schedule my life based on how long somebody else's lawn is. And I do take pride in that stuff, so I don't want to give them a half-assed job. I don't find it fair to give anybody a half-assed job, but when my brain and my mind is just not in it, it doesn't make any sense to continue to do it. So I'm trying to open up my life a little bit, trying to maximize my downtime. I don't think I'm doing the greatest job of it. The only thing I'm doing is making these streams, and the streams aren't really progressing forward. And I think it's because they're streams and not YouTube videos. I think streams are hard to catch. I think the time that I'm streaming is hard to catch. I'm not going to stop streaming at that time because I think that a freshly caffeinated mind kind of brings out some stuff in me that I need to work through and just try to figure out how to reframe. So that's it. Like I said before, it's an experiment on myself, and I think it's going pretty interesting. Like, I have to watch back all these videos and I find out what I'm doing wrong, but the problem is I'm not fixing those things that I'm doing wrong that I need to improve on, like the audio. I have to really I have to get into this audio mixer and stuff like that and figure out these levels, because I without being able to monitor my audio, it's hard for me to know, and the only way for me to know is to watch back the videos to find out, is the mic volume too high versus or too low versus the video volume. Also, I've been copyright struck. Not struck. I got a warning from the one video I did with my wife. I appealed it because I couldn't find what they were striking me on. The strike was removed, but the video was also removed again because this time they said it was scam/spam. And I don't see how that's fucking possible. It's a 15-minute video of me and my wife reacting to RuPaul's Drag Race season something. Like a UK season. Like the intro. Like the sizzle. Like the pre-roll type stuff. It wasn't even a full episode. So it's not like we were watching a full episode. We were watching the promo video. and reacting to that. I thought for sure I went a little hard on these dudes that were carrying guns in a city hall in like Albuquerque, New Mexico. I said some crazy shit about them. I thought for sure that would be it. That was not it. That was not it. They said it's a scam or spam material. So I'm confused. Also, the other day, my shit was copyright claimed for I don't know what. And so I'm a little paranoid with like the copyright thing right now. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. It's tough. When I'm reacting to something or, adding. I got a warning, but I did get a warning, but I got a warning, but they said they removed the strike, whatever that means. So maybe the warning is like a silent strike. Like it said that if I got one more, then I'd be taken down for a week. I wouldn't be able to upload for a week. And then the copyright claim thing is weird. I post vids and they copyright and say they take it down, but they say it doesn't affect my channel. Yeah, I'm kind of confused in what is actually like copyright. You know what I mean? I don't really. Yeah. You make a good point. Maybe live is different, or because you react to current events. That could be. And it could be the sources that I'm getting the current events from. I don't know. I don't know. I would love some clarification on it, but obviously, as everyone knows, there's trying to find a human from YouTube is almost impossible. I don't know. I kind of want to check in on my wife because I don't know. Let me see. She's pretty independent and she does a lot of shit on her own that I feel like I wouldn't be able to do on my own or wouldn't want to do on my own. She says no, they haven't started yet. I know it's a quick procedure, but I don't know. Kind of just want to be you kind of just want to be a supportive, like yeah, I check on her. I'm not a good significant other. I don't handle things that well. Yeah, she is a very independent person. She is very managerial minded, if that makes sense. Like she will take control of tasks that need to be done. She's super good at that. Like if bills need to be paid or if there's a discrepancy in the bill, dude, she's the man. She will handle that shit. She's very good at that. Like we got the thing delivered. I wouldn't say she's a Karen, but she expects a certain level of she's a store manager of American Eagle, so she's in that world already. So she expects like a certain level of care and like decency and when it comes to a lot of things. So she does a really good job of like handling all that kind of stuff. Not to say that I don't handle that stuff as well, but she's way better at it than me. I tend to yell and get pissed off. She goes at it with a different thing. She tells the people what she wants to get out of the situation and she gets it. She just ordered a new car for herself. She made her own decisions. Like she's super proud of her, man. She likes to do shit on her own. she can do shit on her own. She's very independent in that way. And it's cool to see. But yeah, all right. I think I should probably sign off and just pay a little bit more attention to that, check in and see what the deal is, what her ETA is, if they said anything. But it's probably a good place for me to sign off. Energy level was dropping anyways. So, all right, Casey, thanks for hanging out again today. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't think there's anything more to say.